Hi there, and welcome to the Black page. The most important thing to note about this module, diffuser-wise, is that there's a measure that appears here at the beginning of the bomb, and this is your starting measure. Bomb tries to help you out by giving you a starting measure. You're not sure which half it's in, but you can immediately relay this to the expert if you catch it on the bomb. We'll go over other examples of where we don't know the starting measure, but let's focus on this one where we do know the starting measure. The general idea of Black Page is that when you press the play button, it's going to play 4 to 6 measures of Frank Zappa's The Black Page, number 1. You have to select the starting and ending measure. The other thing to note is these two lights at the top are first and second half, and they're very important, as you'll see. For example, the pattern that we saw at the beginning was half, quintuplet, quintuplet, sextuplet under a 3. This could be 5 or 20. So we press the play button, we see the light come on immediately. We say, okay, I have half, quintuplet, quintuplet, sex under the 3. The expert says, okay, you're in measure 20. So you now know you're in measure 20. So you're going to at least 20, 21, 22, 23. But you could be going as far as 25. The important thing to note about Black Page specifically is that, especially if you don't know where you're coming from, is to look for placeholders, or basically sections that you can grab onto really easily. 21, for example, and measure 6 are I feel like you could identify this if you've listened to the piece a few times before. That's another very important point. I wouldn't want a diffuser who was completely new to the module and had never seen it before trying to relay this information. You could. I think it's a little more painful than it needs to be, and like any other module, I would want some diffuser training on it. So listen to the piece 1 or 2 times. Say, okay, I understand roughly where things are. I can identify what I'm hearing, kind of. You don't have to be able to identify this. You do have to be able to identify this, or this, to be able to solve it in a timely manner, I'd say. So this module, we know we're starting at measure 20. Say we don't know how many measures we're going through exactly. I'll track it here with the mouse. But let's say we don't know exactly where we are. This is where being familiar with the piece comes into play, because we can say, oh, we start at measure 20 if we grab the starting measure. Okay. Diffuser asks, expert asks us if we've heard the tied notes, which in case we have. Diffuser asks us if we've heard a long whole note at the end of it. We say, no, I didn't hear that. Okay. 20 to 23. There we go. Say we don't know our starting position. This is a bad example because somehow it's exactly the same thing. But by listening for this, you can both hear it and relay to your expert what you're hearing. We know the light's in the second half, so we can say, I think it's the same measure as the last one. Okay, 20. Did you hear the note at the end? Well, let me play it again. I hear the ties, okay. Did you hear the whole note at the end? No, I didn't. Okay, it's the same thing, 20 to 23. Great. Let's say that you really, really can't get it. Okay, I've tried 20 to 27 so many times now, it doesn't work. Oh no. I don't know where I'm starting. There's a lot of notes, oh no. If you strike, the module will show you the first measure again. And then with that, in coordination with the light, you should be able to find out where you are. So you say, okay, I'm in first half. I have a rest, then some 30 seconds, then some 30 seconds, then some 30 seconds, all kind of rests in between. Okay, that's 14. Well, where are you going to? See this? This little marker? Expert asks, do you hear, you know, do you hear the dotted eighth 30-second phrase, da-da-da? Diffuser says, oh yes, I did hear that at the end. Okay, 14 to 18. I feel like that's a pretty foolproof way of being able to diffuse the black page, both the diffuser being somewhat familiar with it, and also grabbing the starting measure if you hear the brum, 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 because it tells you, hey, I'm here, look for me really quick, or at least grab some semblance of where I am. But if you really can't figure it out, you can always strike on it, or at least try to solve it, and then if you strike on it, the first measure will be shown to you. Let's complete the other two, just because. So I think we're starting at measure 25. Oh no, see, there's that placeholder. So we're starting at measure 19. I didn't hear the note at the end. So we're measure 23, 19 to 23. One more. Okay, I heard a triplet half. That means I'm starting one measure before that at 27, and we have to go to 30. Minimum of 4 measures, maximum of 6. This is really important because it's not just any random amount. You will always have an at least and an at most. So if you get the starting measure perfectly, you can only have a range of 3 that you're going towards. That's it. I hope this was helpful. Hopefully now this is a little less daunting for you, and if you've understood everything here, congratulations. Now you know how to diffuse and export the black page.